So yeah, as we are talking about similarities and differences, the similar part is the script. So first difference would be with the pronunciation. Over here, if you observe carefully, okay, so the same A is pronounced like A. It is just pronounced like A. Hence, you are getting over here guten Tag. But coming towards this one, in the case of German, this G has special character. So in general, they are pronounced like G, but whenever it is coming in the end, that too it is getting combined with an vowel, there comes the issue. So over here, it is getting entirely k sound. So now it will be like guten Tag. It won't be like guten Tag. It will be guten Tag. The shortcut like Tag. Exactly. Guten Tag. Some guten Tag. Some guten Tag. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Oh. So now if you think in English also, you can pronounce this one. So coming towards German, we don't have that difficulty to learn script. So over here, no need to run any extra script. In this case, the script we already know from English, isn't it? So in that way, it is not so difficult. So if you're learning Chinese, Japanese, or something or the other, so in the case if you're learning Japanese, Chinese, or any type of Indian language, the script would be different. So you need to spend extra 3 to 4 months only to learn script. So in the case of German, we don't have that difficulty because the script is similar to English. So this is the easiest part, and this is also the difficult part because our brain is habituated to think in English. So over here, if I'm seeing this word, I tend to pronounce this one as tag if I'm thinking in English, but it has to be like tag. So if you think in English also, you may get a correct pronunciation, in this case, Guten Morgen. So coming towards this one, whenever you are getting ND combination, the sound would be like th, Guten Abend. So over here, Guten Nacht. And if I go with something called as Swansish, which is nothing but 20. So over here, if you observe sa, in the case of German, Z is pronounced like this Z is pronounced like always like S. Yeah. So and over here, as I told you, over here, this G is pronounced like K. Whenever it is coming with a combination of a vowel, it changes its sound. So over here, its sound would be something like sh. So how we are pronouncing it? Swansish. Sh. Swansish. So coming towards, we can't predict those things by seeing that. So we can't guess these things in English. So the first and foremost difference would be with the pronunciation part. And here comes the second difference is with genders. In general, when do you use genders? In the case of English, in the case of your native language, when do you use gender? Normally, we do use genders for living beings, mostly for living beings. So, do we use genders for non living? Uh, so, if you take rivers in India, We do use genders, right? Yeah. In the case of Hindi, yeah, we do use.
Need to specify the number.
So, can you tell me any masculine river? Just guess. Let's try asking online as well. Yeah, Harini, can you tell me any masculine river from India?
Um, we have like Ganga.
Yeah. So we do have Ganga. Ganga is like feminine river, isn't it? As the name indicates.
Yeah.
So Godavari again feminine.
Yeah.
So the river in Assam. So it's called as Brahmaputra. So in general, why it is masculine? Because it is like this is a river which comes from the other country. It originated from China and it is coming towards India. So that's the reason it is getting masculine gender, something like that. The rivers originated within India are having feminine genders. So in general, in this type of scenarios, we generally use genders for non-living things. So coming towards German, if I take an example, so each and every non-living thing will have gender. It doesn't matter, whatever it can be. So if I, for example, before that, can you tell me the difference between definite article and indefinite article in the case of English?
Like definite articles are like the nouns, like um, for example,
So,
the
in general, they will come before the noun. Yeah.
before the noun.
So, the definite article is the or the. The indefinite article is a or an.
Yes.
So, coming towards when do you pronounce it as the and when do you pronounce it as the? You write it same, but you pronounce it differently. Okay.
Hmm.
No, no. So, if you observe Avengers, will it be the Avengers or the Avengers? Okay. The opportunity or the opportunity? Okay. The elephant or the elephant? Okay. So, you're getting it as the elephant, the opportunity, but Avengers as the Avengers? And what about you, Harini? What do you think? The Avengers or the Avengers?
Um, the Avengers.
Okay. The opportunity or the opportunity?
The opportunity.
Okay. The opportunity you want to say? Okay. So, the elephant or the elephant?
Actually, I think it is completely based on the sentence how we see.
Okay. So you're thinking like it depends on the sentence how you frame.
Ah, yes.
So over here, what is a common factor in all of these three words?
It is used to specify a particular
Okay.
noun.
So it is used to specify something particular. Okay, it's fine. So what is a common factor other than that? So if I'm writing Avengers, elephant, opportunity. So what is happening over here? What is a common factor? If I take in between, so if I go with ice cream also, the ice cream or the ice cream. Okay, umbrella. So what is a common factor now? So if you observe this one, so all of these are vowels. So if this the is coming before this vowel nouns, it should be pronounced like the. So for all of them, it is only the. The Avengers, the elephant, the ice cream, the opportunity, the umbrella. Got it? So same logic, A and an. So A is for consonants other than vowels. So an is for vowels. Same goes with over here. Over here, we are just writing it same. Exactly. So this is for consonant, this is for vowel. Whenever you're getting a vowel, you will be getting the pronunciation. Okay. So in the case of English, we are using this article logic. So coming towards this, articles are divided according to the consonants and vowels. So in the case of same articles, if I take definite article, they are divided according to the genders. So if I go further, so let us assume I'm searching something on Google Translator. So I want to know what do you call chair in German? It is showing me stool. So if I am searching for the chair, it is showing me their stool. Okay. If I'm searching for the chair, it is showing me their stool. So let's write same over here. So what I did initially, I just want to know what you call as chair. It will be a stool. If I search for the chair, it will be their stool. So similarly, H is silent within the word in the case of German. So if I search for book, it is showing me Buch. Buch. If I search for the book, it is showing me das book now. So if I search for book, it is showing me book. If I search for the book, it is showing me das book. So similarly, I'll search for bag. It is showing me Tasha. Tasha. If I search for the bag, it is showing me the Tasha. So what I did over here, I search for sorry, I search for yeah, I'm searching for bag. Mm, It showed me Tasha. So I let me hide this. So if I search for the back, it showed me the Tasha. So if you observe carefully, the same the is divided according to their, das, and the. So coming towards this one, chair is having masculine gender, and book is having neutral in German, which is neutral. So the Tasha is having feminine gender. So over here, I don't know why this chair got masculine gender. I don't know why this book got neutral gender. I don't know why this bag got feminine gender. So if you observe in the case of French, also there are genders. There are only two genders, masculine and feminine. So if I give you an example, if any noun in the case of French is ending with E, most probably it would fall under feminine gender in the case of French. So there is particular logic to identify, right? If the word is ending with E, it will fall under feminine gender in the case of French. So in the French also we do have genders. So coming towards this word is a French word which would mean table. So over here, whenever a word is ending with E, it will fall under feminine gender in French. E, exactly, the noun. Yeah, if it ends with E in the case of French, so it will mostly fall under feminine gender. So there is particular type of logic over there. So this type of logic we can apply in German also only for 15% of nouns. Other than that, we can't apply any logic. So there is no logic behind that. We don't know why this tool is having masculine gender. I don't know why this book is having. I don't know why this exactly. So over here, so what I can do is like genders are also equally important over here. So I can't. So if you're learning any foreign language, you need to develop the vocabulary. So over here, you need to know the wordings and the vocabulary part. So you need to know what do you call chair in German. But in the case of German, instead of learning only chair, learn the chair because this the is divided according to the gender. So let us assume if I give you an example, if I say this is a chair and it is big. So in the case of English, in the pronoun form, so for non-living thing, we'll directly go with it. So in the case of German, so for chair, we would be expressing it as he is big, but not as it is big. So if it is chair, the German version would be like he is big, something like this. If it is for book, it will be it only. It is big. If it is for bag, this is a bag. She is big. So, if you don't know the gender, you can't frame the sentence as well. So, genders play a key role in the case of German. So, Harini, any doubts further?
No.
Okay. So, if you observe this thing, the greetings, you could see over here Guten Tag, Guten Morgen, Guten Abend, and Guten Nacht. So, what is the difference in this case? So, if I write the genders over here, they Tag, they is having masculine gender. Der Morgen, morning is having masculine gender. Der Abend, So even evening is having masculine gender. But coming towards over here, you just add instead of en only e. So night is having feminine gender. So you are getting only the night. So if you observe, we add certain type of endings in the case of German depending on the gender of the noun as well. So let's go with the third difference. Third difference is capitalization. So in general, when do you use capital letters? In the case of English, okay, starting of the sentence. So after the full stop, it will become a new sentence. After comma. Okay. So when do you use capital letters within a sentence? In general, within the sentence, when do you use capital letter? Okay, for writing I. So that pronoun is always capital. That is a special case. So other than that,
When writing nouns, like name of a person or animal.
okay, whenever you're writing the name or something like that. So if I'm saying my name is Praveen, so in this case, P is capital, right? So P is capital. Why this P is capital? Okay, it's a person's name. Particularly if I am Praveen, I'll be Praveen everywhere. So this type of nouns are called as proper nouns. So whenever you are getting proper nouns, it should begin with the capital letter in the case of English. So coming towards German, if I am translating this sentence, so if I would say das ist ein Stuhl und er ist groß. So in this case, if you observe carefully, I am also beginning it with capital letter. So in the case of German also the logic is same. But if you observe over here, the chair is having small letter. It is not capital letter. It's just a common noun. It's not a proper noun. Hence, I'm writing it small. And coming towards German, even the common noun has to be written capital. It should begin with the capital letter. It doesn't matter. It can be a common noun. It can be a proper noun. In the case of German, it has to begin with a capital letter. To like a few special cases, only those cases will. In the case of English, whenever you are getting I, it has to be capital. The same logic. So over here, so coming towards German language, this is how most probably the German language would be. Okay. So these are the three main differences. Most of the differences would fall under them. Okay. So coming towards the course duration and everything, so we will follow CEFR guidelines. What are the CEFR? Okay, let's browse it. So CEFR, you can see on screen the Common European Framework for Reference for Languages. So, if you observe carefully, every European language is divided into six levels: A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. Okay. So, in general, whenever you are taking IELTS in the case of English, it will be in between B2 to C1. Yeah. So, why you are directly going for IELTS? Because you already know English, like you'll start studying from your childhood onwards. That's the case because you'll directly go for B2 to C1 exam. So coming towards other, it will be, so in the case of German, we will be beginning with A1 level. Okay. So if I show you the exam thing, the certification body for German language is the Goethe Institute. So in India also they do conduct exams. So just like IELTS for, so I so IELTS is taken from, like, it's under this British Council and IDP. So coming towards the German language certificate, it is under Goethe Institute. Goethe. Goethe. So over there you could see the locations where you can attempt your exams. So you can browse it. So coming towards, it all depends like which test you would like to take. The course will go level by basis, like it will be according to the level. So we'll go level by level. And coming towards, as per your requirement, you can go for the exam. So Harini, what is your requirement?
I'm preferring A1, A2 at the moment.
Yeah. So your requirement is like A2 as of now, right?
Yeah.
So you can, instead of going for A1 exam, you can directly go with the A2 exam if you don't require this A1 certificate as of now.
Okay.
So what? So after completion of A1 course, you can start preparing for A2 course. So you can join the A2 course, and after that, you can directly go for the exam.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what about you? What is your requirement? So are you from technical background or something? Then it is mandatory of B2. For sure, you need to have B2. So that to job over there, right? It's compulsory.
So what I'm thinking is actually going up for the facilities
Okay.
in the hospitality this thing.
So, in the case of hospitality or in the case of any sector of job, other than you're not into IT or not into coding, so it has to be B2. It has to be B2. That's mandatory.
What about the student thing?
So, coming towards the student thing, so I'll tell you the situation over there. Like, you can apply for English course. So nowadays, the application intake has gone up. So to decrease the combination, there is like huge competition to sort out the numbers. What they are asking is only till, for English course also they are asking till A2 level certificate.
For this course.
Exactly. So just to sort out that thing, just to filter out, they are just asking A2. But if you want to settle in Germany and you have to settle over there, so after going there also, while doing your while doing your course, you need to clear your B2. So it's fine because you have chosen this English level course, right? Okay.
But what I have heard is right now in Germany, the full people of Germany are trying to get like the English speaking people as well. Those make us the common and this very what?
No. So there are people who are already settled in Germany, who are already working well and earning well, but then also they are tend to learn this German language because those people are like they're forcing them to learn the language. They'll create a situation like that. So let us assume in the offices also. So the people who are into coding and all stuff, so who are in higher role also, they just switch the language while speaking to you, and you when they are speaking with the other people. Just because you don't know the language, they speak in English, so immediately they switch the language. So at that very point of time, it's like you feel like you are like zoned out or something like that. So exactly, if you're into opportunity card visa and you're going like so under your sector, it is always B2. So the sector other than this coding part, for coders also minimum they are asking for A2 or B1. Exactly. So other than that, it is mandatory to have B2. That is compulsory. So unless you don't have any other special skills, like the exceptional skills where you don't require language, if you are having any customer facing role, it doesn't matter. Exactly. So that too in your sector it is mandatory. So what about you, Harini? So in which sector are you working?
I'm from IT background.
Yeah. So for you, the it's A2 is fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So any doubts still here?
As I am
So any doubts you would like to ask me? Anything from your end, Harini?
No, not Papa.
So coming towards me, I do have 10 years of teaching experience. And right now I'm also working with Amazon. So in the German process itself. So I work as seller support associate who handles mostly German queries. Okay then. So we'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully. So auf Wiedersehen bis morgen. So auf Wiedersehen is like bye. So coming towards Harini, you are just listening to me. So in general, German have different bye. In the case of call, it would be auf Wiederhören. So for you, as we are facing each other, it would be auf Wiedersehen. So the people who are on call, it would be auf Wiederhören. This morning. So M is small over here. M is not capital. So this morning, this morning would be like tomorrow. So auf Wiederhören, Harini, and auf Wiedersehen bis morgen. Okay. So, okay then. Bye bye.